going on, guys? Thanks for checking out Black Diamond Guns and Gear. Today I'm out of the range. I'm going to be putting 226 rounds to this Kiger 9mm from Anderson Manufacturing. Now I got two different versions of it. I got the Pro version and I got the regular version, which has come out a couple years ago. I'm going to be showing you a 226 round review of the Anderson Kiger 9mm. Now why is 226 the amount of rounds I'm going to put through it? It's a very specific number. Well, I'm going to show you here in a second. So let's get down on the table and I'll show you what I'm working with. All right, guys, if you'll notice, I am in a different spot. Today we have a brand new sponsor of the channel that's going to be here for a while, Tennessee Silencer. They're out here in East Tennessee. They allow you to come out and buy silencer type things, and they allow you to buy other things as well. They are full FFL, and they let you actually come out here and try the stuff that you want to buy on your firearm, or they're one of their firearms. So you could actually come out here, test your stuff out, get to see how it sounds before you actually take it home or before you fill out the paperwork. So come down to Tennessee Silencer. We want to thank them again for allowing us to have this range out here to do a lot more videos to come. So come out here and check out Tennessee Silencer. By far one of the coolest places I've ever been to, and it's right here in East Tennessee. Guys, I also got to tell you about one of the main sponsors of the channel, Fat Tack. You can go check out Fat Tack. They have all the stuff there for bigger dudes, whether it be holsters, belts, body armor, everything made in bigger sizes, apparel, like the sweet stuff you see here on me, and anything else. They got Gideon optics, they got medical gear, they got everything you can think of over at Fat Tack. Mostly representative of big guys, but they go from everything down from large or 5X all the way down to small. So go check them out. We love Fat Tack. They provide the holsters for the channel, which are by far the best holsters in the world because they have holes on both sides of them. You can do anything to them as far as where you want to put your belt clips at, wedges, wings, all that stuff. And they're always optic cut. They have them for the SCT frames or the Kiger 9mm and a lot of other stuff over there. Tons of stuff going on at Fat Tack. Go check them out because we love them. All right, guys, so the reason why today the 226 round count is so specific is because this is all the magazines I had in the truck. But basically, it's a lot, in my opinion. 226 rounds should be enough to see if there's going to be any malfunctions or anything like that, anything go wrong drastically with the Kiger 9mm. Not only that, okay, so I have 9 different Glock magazines here that are 17 rounders. I have 3 that are the 19X magazines, and I have 1 PMag that came with the Kiger 9. And so we're going to run all these things through here and just make sure we don't have any malfunctions, don't have anything drastically go wrong with this Kiger 9 Pro, and also with this regular Kiger 9 that they sent me as well. Now this is just a black frame. We'll get into more of this later on, but basically I just wanted to show you what I'm shooting here and why I'm doing specifically 226 rounds. It's because that's all the magazines I had on me. First shots through this Kiger 9. I've literally never shot this before. I just zeroed my Gideon optic here, Gideon Optic Omega, with the suppressor height sights. I basically put it right on target with the suppressor height sights, so we'll see if it actually hits on target. Here we go. Guys, first things up is the PMag here. This is the first thing I've shot through this pistol. I've never shot it. It's right out of the box. I've never even lubed it yet. So we're going to see if it functions straight out of the box with a PMag. Now, I've only zeroed the optic to the suppressor height sights. I have not shot this thing at all. This will be my very first shots. I'm shooting a shoot still target. It's about 25 yards away, and we're going to shoot it with this Omega and everything and see what happens. Here we go. Okay. That was like dead money right on the freaking head up there. Okay, so far so good. Ran and hit targets about half the time. Half the time it's probably me. 25 yards out on steel. Hopefully you could hear the steel. I mean, I can show you the target, but basically it's kind of all over the place. It's a man-sized target at about 25 yards. Test out the other. This is the other Kiger 9. This is just a plain black one. Actually, the Pro slide that has the slide cuts on it and stuff actually came on the black frame. The reason why is because on the black frame they have like an extended magazine release and they have an extended slide stop. I don't necessarily care for those, so that's the reason why I put this on this OD green frame. I like the OD green and the black. I think it's cool. But I'm going to try the black frame out with the regular Kiger 9 and see if I can hit anything with it. And first thing up is we're going to use actually a 15-round magazine that was already in it. And this is a Glock mag. See if we can hit something with it with just the regular height sights. Dude, I think I missed 2 out of 15 on that. That's pretty nice. Like I said, 25 yards away. I'll go ahead and spin you around so you can see it. I don't know if you can get it there. There it is. I don't know if you can see it, but basically it's that little white target right there. 25 yards away. 25 yards away with the Kiger 9 is really not bad. I gotta say, with the regular size or with the regular frame and the regular height sights, I'm actually more on target than I am with the optic. Not saying the optic's bad. I'm just better with regular height sights than I am optic. It's just the way I've trained with it, but it is what it is. If you're better at dots, buy you a dot, man. And buy them from fattac.com because we have them all over the place over there. But I think I'm going to continue with this regular black frame and the regular sights from here on out because I can hit better with it. So let's get at it. All right, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and run some magazines through this thing. I'm going to go ahead with the 17-round magazines through the regular black one. I can hit a little better with the black, so that's what I'm going to do because it doesn't have the optic on it. I will switch around the camera so you can see different shots of this thing. It does. Okay, I don't know if you can tell, but the ejection is kind of all over the place. I had some going this way, I had some coming back at me, but they all ejected. Let's keep on going. Dude, I'm hitting with this thing. I like it. It's actually doing really well. I gotta say, man, really, really liking it. We're gonna try it with the 19 magazine now. Okay, so it does that. I don't necessarily care for that, but it is what it is. It flexes on the frame and it goes into battery, right? Dude, I'm telling you, the reset on this thing is actually really good. I think it's supposed to have like a regular Glock trigger in it, but the reset is freaking sick when it comes to, look at that. It's really not that bad. I can actually do it very well. I don't know what to say about it. I kind of like the trigger on it. I like the trigger better than a stock Glock trigger, if that means anything. You can get the SCT frame pistol holster on fattac.com. You cannot just put these in regular Glock holsters. They will not fit. It is not the same design when it comes to the frame and the trigger guard. You have to have an SCT specific frame holster. And so we have those on fattac.com. You can go there and check them out. These things work perfectly with the SCT frames. Going to shoot from the pistol here. Going to do appendix. Going to do a couple on target here. 7 yards actually. And then I got another one down a little bit further. It's about another 25 yards away. So I'm going to put a couple on target and transition to one that's 25 yards away. I actually missed a couple on the first shots, but I actually picked them up right after that. It's a different kind of frame. So I'm used to Glocks being pushing you down a little bit. You actually got to kind of get used to the frame being more straight, like a 1911 grip, versus it being having the hump like the Glock hump. So malfunction. There's no primer strike. Could be just running dry. May have to run them wet. I don't know. But you're seeing it all as it happens. Okay, that was definitely an ammo situation for sure. I know, I can't remember the name of it, but it's MaxTech. M-A-X-X-T-E-C-H. It's a terrible, terrible ammo. Do not buy it. It is terrible. Unless you want some good range stuff where you actually have malfunctions that you want to try to clear. So Why is it just not going into battery? It's not feeding very well. And it's mainly because I think it's probably a little dirty. But like I said, Glocks run out of the box, guys. I'm not ragging on them. I'm just saying you may have to oil it a little bit. Dude, I love this frame. The frame is amazing. I can hit 25 yards away, not a problem with this frame, and it's because it fits so well in your hand. I've done a review earlier, tabletop review, talking about how good this frame is, and I wasn't lying. The entire trigger guard is basically cut out here for your finger, what they call an undercut, to get closer to the slide so you have a good bore axis in your hand. The undercuts on it and the way it makes it feel when it's in your hand is basically it sits in there kind of like a glove, and it's very, very easy to control recoil with this thing because it sits so low in your hand and because of the grip angle. All right, guys, I wanted to show you exactly what I'm doing here. I'm hitting this close quarters combat target from shoot steel right here about 10 yards away. And then I'm transitioning down here, right in that area, to another man-sized target from Shooting Sports USA or Shooting Targets USA. It's about 25 yards away. So I'm transitioning between the two. Just wanted to show you what I was doing. We are drawing from the Fat Tack holster. Like I say, man, it sounds really good because I'm hitting on target. I'm hitting on target with this Kiger 9. I think it absolutely has to do with the frame. No joke. Dude, I love it. Love it. Hitting on target with it, and I gotta say, it's with the regular not suppressor height sights, the regular Glock sights that come on it. Oh, and I'm out. Okay. Woo. Transitioning to a 25-yard target is probably one of the best things you can do. I'm a little slow at it. I've been out of practice, guys, but I promise you, more videos to come of me doing stuff like this, 100%. And the only way that's made possible is by the new sponsor, Tennessee Silencer, who has allowed us graciously to use the range. So go check out Tennessee Silencer. Support the guys that support us. Tennessee Silencer, right here in East Tennessee, by far the best place to get all your quiet problems solved. All right, guys, I have two 19X size magazines left. I'm gonna shoot a couple more here like this, and then I'll switch the camera around so you can see what I'm doing a little better. Listen to that sweet sound of tinging, dinging with the steel. That's amazing. The target acquisition between the two is fairly quick, and the reason why is because the frame allows you to be on target a little better. I cannot mention this SCT frame enough, guys. I can't. Woo! I love the SCT frame. Dude, Kiger 9 might be one of my new favorite pistols to shoot. Maybe, just maybe! All right, guys, last Glock 19X magazine to go in this Kiger 9. It's kind of bittersweet. I want to shoot this a little more, but I guess we'll do that in another video. Going to continue to do some transitions here. Transitioning to 25-yard target. When you can actually hit it, it's actually really cool. So we're going to draw out of the Fat Tack holster here and hit them on target. Here we go. Woo! Love that dinging. Love that dinging. That was on me. Two on a 10-yarder, two on a 25-yarder. Can't get no better than that. All right, guys, like I said, first of all, we want to thank Tennessee Silencer for allowing us to have a range to come out here and shoot. Go check those guys out because we wouldn't have a range to shoot on if it wasn't for Tennessee Silencer. And they're right here in East Tennessee. If you're in the area and you need some stuff, go to Tennessee Silencer. Now, let's get to the SCT frame on this Kiger 9. What are my initial impressions of it? It's a Glock 3 clone. Does everybody want a Glock 3 clone? Well, you should, because the Glock Gen 3 is literally the best gen, in my opinion, that they have out there. Overall, about it, it will accept all Glock Gen 3 parts, and that's everything. That's everything. My initial thoughts on it, basically, of firing it finally for the first time. First of all, I was really excited about the frame itself because the frame is just so cool, and it already has everything done to it that you would want done to it on a Gen 3 Glock clone. There's some other Gen 3 Glock clones out there, and you know who they are. You know who they are. PSA Dagger. There's P80s. All that stuff. There's a bunch of them out there. In my opinion, this one is probably one of the best feeling grips out there, and the reason why is because it fits your hand. It fits my hand perfectly. There's no grooves on it. I hate Glock 19s with grooves. I can't stand them because my fingers go in the middle of them go on them versus going in the middle of them. Now, 17 size grips with grooves, totally dig it. My hand goes in between them just perfectly. That I like. Gen 3s, 19s with grooves, don't like. So, this one doesn't have any. And I had a full review of the actual pistol frame and everything else on my channel already. I'll put that up here somewhere where you can go check it out. But basically, I personally like... it's kind of a mix because they have the Pro version and they have the regular version. This is a Pro version frame because it has the extended mag release and the extended slide stop on it with a regular version slide on top of it. So I kind of like both of them, I guess. What I am not good at is optics. So if you're looking for optics, I'm probably not the person to tell you, how to do this and that and the other, because I'm not as experienced with optics as I am with iron sights. I'm working on that, and I would like to get better at it. But in my opinion, if you want optics, Fat Tech has optics from Getting Optics, and they're by far the best for the money out there. So you can go check those out, like I said many times in this video. But I'm more comfortable with iron sights than I am with optics, so that's what I'd like shooting today. I'm sure I will put that one through its paces and do another review on it later on. But for the most part, the regular Kiger 9, I dig it a lot, and I mainly because it's boring, right? It's a Gen 3 Glock clone. How many Gen 3 Glock clones are there out there? A lot. How many of them are this cool? Not many, because the frame is what makes this very cool. Undercuts, the trigger is by far, I personally think the trigger is better than a Glock trigger in my opinion. It has a better reset, even though they say it's about the same. I don't know, shooting it today, it was coming out pretty quick, and I was able to get hits on target a little bit lighter and faster than a Glock trigger. So I don't think it's right at 5 pounds. I think it's a little bit lighter. And that might be because I have it on the Pro frame. Maybe the Pro frame's got a little bit lighter trigger than the regular. I don't know. I gotta say, as far as the shootability, being able to carry this thing, have the manual of arms be the same as a Glock, not having to worry about a manual safety and that kind of stuff, I dig it. Does it fit in a regular holster from Fat Tac? Yes, you can get that there. I dig that. Is it a Glock style pistol? Yes. Is it striker fired? Yes. Does it check all the boxes for me as far as comfortability and being able to shoot it on target? Apparently, I can shoot it at 10 yards and at 25 yards, and I don't think it's that hard to do. So yes. Does it check all the boxes for me as one of my favorite pistols to shoot? Absolutely, dude. Anderson did it right when they came out with the Kiger 9. Now, I'm not a simp for Anderson. They're not paying me to do this video at all. They did send me this pistol though, but they didn't expect a good review out of it. They just sent the pistol and said, here you go, do your reviews on them. We'll see what comes out of it. You saw everything I put into it. It did have some malfunctions today, but it's probably because I don't have any oil or anything else on it. So, is that my problem? Probably. Should it run out of the box without oil? I think so. Glocks do. But that's neither here nor there. Am I able to hit with it better than I can with any other pistol at 10 and 25 yards? Maybe, because the frame is great, and it allows me to get up high on it. I mean, the bore axis is it's basically in the middle of my hand. And that's because of the undercuts with the frame of where you're putting your actual hands at. And because you have pads where you can put your thumbs at for gas pedals. So Is it better than a lot of other frames out there? Gen 3 clone frames? Absolutely. In my opinion, it's better than those. So this is probably going to be a long video, but you should definitely go check out a Kiger 9 for the price that you pay for this. It's a Gen 3 Glock clone. That's amazing, and maybe one of the best Gen 3 Glock clones out there. So in my opinion, I would go check out the Anderson Manufacturing Kiger 9. I want to say thank you very much to the sponsors we have today. A brand new sponsor, Tennessee Silencer, allowing us to have the range to come out here and shoot the videos. Fat Tack for providing basically everything that you would ever need for a bigger guy and everything else. And also US Law Shield for being our lawyers in our court case and doing what they say they're going to do. You can go check out the links to those stuff in the description below, or you can go check out the links to those stuff somewhere in the video below, because I don't know if you can say that it's in the bottom or whatever. Go check it out. I really appreciate it. This is a no BS review on the Kiger 9. I showed you everything I did with it, and yeah, it is what it is. They ain't paying me. You guys are getting to see this because I want you to see what's actually going on with it. And I gotta say, final word, I dig it. I ain't got nothing else for you guys. Until the next time, follow through.